I'm not okay, Paul.
This scene and this season of Shrinking, it just hits you so hard. With all the comedy, you almost miss this slow burn, taking 11 episodes to build to Jimmy's crisis. Shrinking is about everything. It's about dealing with your past, showing up for others, revealing yourself. But most importantly, it's about having people to lean on to carry you through the hard stuff. It's a love letter to the messiness of being human and the power of community. And this video is a love letter to Shrinking. Let's dive in.
Point is, I can handle it now. I'm in a much better place.
I know.
But how did Jimmy's breakdown happen in the first place? At the start of the season, he's doing so well. He's turned his life around, he's over the booze and drugs, his new style of therapy is working, and he's repaired his relationship with Alice. But it turns out, underneath all that progress, he was going through something, and he couldn't see it, despite being an incredible therapist who can see others so clearly.
But now your defense mechanism is to lash out when you meet people because you're afraid that they'll reject you first.
Nuh-uh.
It's an incredible contradiction that it's so easy to help others, but we can't do it for ourselves alone, that we all need help. And for Jimmy, that help comes in the form of Paul, someone to call when he reaches rock bottom so he doesn't slip back into his vices.
You can't hide from your trauma. And if you don't deal with your past, boom.
And that's what season 2 of Shrinking is about. Noticing, paying attention to people, and seeing when they're struggling, even if they can't see it themselves. And so many of Shrinking's characters learn this lesson in their own way.
Don't you have a class to teach, G-Spot?
Baby, don't call me G-Spot in front of my new friends.
Why?
Like dear old lovable Derek. At first, he feels betrayed by Liz,
I thought we were so solid.
and Gabby is the one to help him.
So Liz told you she was drowning, and what did you say?
He realizes that he hadn't noticed that Liz was struggling, that he hadn't shown up.
And I'm sorry for that.
Really, the only thing that could make me feel worse is you apologizing to me.
I've done my job.
Just noticing. It seems so simple, but it can be so hard. Like for Alice, who gets help from Jimmy to look beyond all the things she's going through.
But kid, just because mom died doesn't mean we get to go around thinking that nobody else is dealing with stuff.
These moments, they're so moving because you see this flash of insight break across each character's face.
Fuck.
Solid dad work.
This moment of real perspective, of seeing beyond themselves. And that perspective, that's what Paul's channeling as he confronts Jimmy.
You are this close to a breakdown. And when that happens, you better fucking call me.
He can see his friend's pain.
Thank you.
Holding up a mirror so that perspective can break through. Jimmy can do that for Alice, Brian, and so many others, but he needs Paul to do it for him. Shrinking just nails the incredible, messy complexity of being human.
He worked his ass off for me, and I put him through a lot, so I don't want to hear you talking shit about my father.
Like Sean, who can't reconcile how much he loves his father with the pain his father caused him. And of course, the most moving and controversial part of the season, Lewis.
And it's all your fucking fault.
We want to hate Lewis for what he did, but we also see his story. We see that he's a good person who made a terrible decision and is now living with the consequences. We want to hate him, but his pain is so real.
Are you okay?
And the messiness of being human, it's not just heavy, it's also deeply funny.
Cheater, 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 bitch. Cheater, 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 bitch. Cheater, cheater, bitch, cheater, bitch.
you guys.
Because that's the human experience. Tragedy and comedy all wrapped up together. Like Paul, he's so tough on the outside, but it masks a vulnerability that's so funny and deeply affecting.
You admit that you love our morning dancing, or it's never gonna happen again.
It's my favorite, baby.
And he needs help too, to break down his boundaries and open up. Jimmy helps him make a new friend, and Gabby calls him out.
What is that?
It's a big flapping pussy, because that's what you're being right now. Flap, 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 flappity flap.
And Julie, with a bit of kidnapping, guides him to a more expressive, more vulnerable version of who he is.
Road's gonna get tougher and tougher, but I do know that I'll get through it. Because of everyone in this room. I'm leaning on you. I'm leaning on you.
Leaning on you. That speech made me tear up. This idea that we can get through anything as long as we have people to lean on, that's the magic of shrinking. Like Gabby, who's struggling with her identity as a caretaker. Jimmy helps her forgive her sister, and Paul helps her tell the truth to her mother. It isn't easy, but eventually Gabby has a breakthrough with Derek too.
I want to take a random lady. This is my aunt. Oh, yeah. That's your mom.
Shrinking is this beautiful idea that if we have a community surrounding us, we live in a web of mutual aid, helping and being helped in turn. That you can pop over to your neighbors for a snack and for some life advice. That you can just get in the sea on short notice and work through a personal crisis. That if you're having a low moment, there's someone to just sit on a park bench with.
Good stuff.
And that there's someone there to give you the courage to truly forgive yourself.
I'm just so sorry that I am not better.
I think one of the reasons shrinking resonates so deeply is because we're living in the middle of a crisis of loneliness. Today, 1 in 10 adults have no close friends, a figure that's tripled since the 90s and is much worse for men. The reality is that most people who are experiencing what Jimmy is going through don't have the kind of support he has. And we see how hard it is for Jimmy even with that support.
I'm not gonna call you. I'll be okay.
I can't recall a time in my life, other than my childhood in the 90s, when there was that kind of close neighborhood community around me.
I love you.
Thank you, Liz.
I wonder, can you relate? Some people criticize shrinking because of this, for being very out of touch with reality. But maybe, through telling its story, shrinking is reminding us of the importance of building that community, even if it's hard, because no one should live in isolation.
Amen.
When Lewis showed up at the start of the season, who would have guessed that he and Jimmy would have had something to talk about?
And Jimmy, his life is bleak. Like Requiem for a Dream, bleak.
Yet, as Jimmy gives perfect advice to Liz, he inadvertently has a moment of empathy for Lewis.
And you realize that the villain in your story is just a person. Made a big mistake.
But it still takes his breakdown with Paul and his apology to Alice for him to have this final breakthrough. I wonder if you can relate. That feeling of seeing others so clearly, yet stumbling over your own things. Knowing you need help, but being unsure how to ask. Believing things are okay, and then later wondering how you could have missed it all. 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
Way to ruin another birthday.
Whatever it is, everything's gonna be okay. Got him.
And maybe that's shrinking's gift to us all, giving us the opportunity to see those contradictions in its characters, to see them stumble, to see how they lean on each other and are leaned on in turn, to see the village that helps them get through the hard things in life. And of course, serving all that up wrapped in hilarity, showing us the tragedy and comedy in life.
Sometimes it's easy to see when someone really needs help. It's written all over their face.
What a shitty couple of years.
I'm Kapil. Thank you so much for watching.
Are you really gonna be this mad when I'm this cute?
Get out of my office, you little bald fuck. My bad.